to be meaningful, there are two basic requirements. The comparison standard is accurately defined and commonly accepted. The procedure and the instrument used for obtaining the comparison must be provable. Okay, so then an electronic instrument is one which is based on an electronic electrical principle for its measurement function. The measurement of any electronic quantity or variable is termed as an electronic measurement, provided it gives a digitized output. Okay. What are the favorable conditions for electronic measurements? So most quantities can be transduced into electrical electronic signals. Transformed is the meaning of transduced. An electronic or electrical signal can be amplified, filtered, multiplexed, sampled and measured. The measurement can easily be obtained and converted into some digital form for automatic analysis and recording. The measured signal can be transmitted over long distances with the help of cables, radios, etc. Many measurements can be carried either simultaneously or successively. Electronic circuits can detect, amplify very weak signals and can measure the events of very short duration as well. Electronic measurement can be built on analog and digital signals. You can achieve higher sensitivity with low power consumption. Higher degree of reliability are one of the key features of electronic instruments and measurements. So previously what we saw is why do you need a measurement? So what is a measurement system? Why do you need a measurement system? So how can you use a measurement system? And what are the desirable, undesirable characteristics of the instruments that are used for measurements? And now there is something called order of the instruments. Okay, so we can use the order of the instruments to classify them as well. So what is called an order? The order of the system is defined as number of independent energy storing elements present in the system, and intuitively by the highest order of the linear differential equation that describes the system. In other words, in a transfer function representation, the order is highest exponent in it. Okay, so this is the formal definition. Okay, so what does this mean? Let's see. So order of the system is defined by the number of independent energy storing elements. So the energy storing elements here in electronic systems are capacitors and inductors. So what they do, they store energy. So since they store energy, they provide a time constant or a delay in the response of the system. Okay, so you should clearly remember, and this delay and response can be characterized by linear differential equation that you would have learned in your 12th standard. Okay, and after you take Laplace transform, what you arrive is a transfer function. That's a difference between output to input, and the highest order in the denominator. Okay, that gives the order of the system. Okay, now there are different orders, right? 0, 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. So what is the difference? So what I told you, the order of the system is number of independent energy storage elements. So if there are independent energy storage elements like inductance, capacitors, so what you basically arrive at is a time constant. Okay, so time to respond, that is a delay. Okay, that delay is described in the denominator after you take a Laplace transform, which can be told using zero order, which can be told using different orders such as 0, 1 and 2. So this is the response often desired in an instrument. So why is that? Because there is no energy storage element, so the response will be instantaneous. They have a zero order, then they give static output in response to a static input. Okay, so example is wire strain gauge. So when there is a strain, it produces a corresponding change in resistance. So there is a step strain, there is a stepped response change in the resistance. Okay, I will tell you what I'm meaning by step strain or those things in the preceding slide. Okay, so first order system. So this system has one energy. So this is a system in the equation. So the system whose input output equation is a first order differential equation is called first order system. The order of the differential equation is the highest degree of the derivative in the equation. Okay, this is what we have seen. Simply this system contains only one energy storing element, either one capacitor or inductor. So if that is one energy storing element, what happens? You have a time constant for that, and the time constant is represented as a first order differential equation. So you take a Laplace transform of this first order differential equation, you will result at a first order exponent in the denominator of the transfer function. Okay, so you have let's say 1 by s plus 3, then what is the order? Order is 1. Similarly, when you have two independent energy storage element, it is a second order system. So so what you will be having in the transfer function in the denominator? You will be having x squared. Okay, and this thing is you have both L and C in the system, so that's a second order system. Now let's go to the characteristics, which is quite interesting. So first order system as one, let's say it has only one resistance or something. So example, wire strain gauge. So I give an input. So the input is, let's say I give an input. The input, so for the given input you have a what you have in instantaneous response, because there is no energy storing elements like energy storing elements such as capacitors or resistors, sorry, capacitors or inductors. Okay, that's here you have resistance, resistor, which is a linear system. So when you take this forms the first order zero order differential equation, because there is no energy storing elements. But here if you see, there is an energy storing elements accompanied with weight tau, which is the time constant. So when you take this into this Laplace transform, what you will be getting is y of t by x of t equal to k divided by s plus 1 or something like that, you will be getting in your post Laplace transform equation. But here what you will be getting is s squared. So if the number of energy storing equipment increases, there comes two states. One is, this is a increasing state, and this is a steady state. This is a transient state where the output response is getting responded to the based on the time constant to the input, and at some time after finite time it reaches steady state as the input. So so there are two states, transient state and steady state. Similarly, when you have in second order system, there are like three different systems, which is critically damped, over damped and under damped, which you will be studying in the advanced courses. So over damped systems have a different equation, under damped systems have a different equation, but all these systems have exponent as 2. As of now we understand this level. That would be fine for the for the scope of this class. Okay, and these are some parameters which you would have studied in your 12th and in your previous classes. So this is reactance. So inductance reactance is given by j omega L, imaginary component, while the capacitance is minus j by omega C, and omega is represented as the frequency component. Okay, so this is some measuring parameter where E is the voltage, R is resistance, I is the current, P is the power.